Be human.
Frank,
Yes. Yes, Hedderly.
there is
Please.
there's a sad study out, and it shows that most of your friends don't actually like you. There is a recent study that analyzed surveys from 600 students in Israel, Europe, and the US to try to determine how many of their online friends were actually friends. That is, how many of their relationships were mutual. It turns out approximately half of your friends consider you a friend. That's right. If you believe you have about 20 friends, you probably only have 10. So how do you know who your friends are, Frank? It's a few easy ways to tell. The study found that the number of mutual friends you have and the similarity of your social status can determine whether you're actually friends or not. Specifically, the difference in the number of friends of the two individuals is a good predictor. That the higher the difference is, the lower the likelihood of the friendship is reciprocal. So, Franklin,
You and I are not friends.
what do you make of this study on friendship?
Well, I have a few things to say. I think it's probably true for most people, but not me,
Because that's most studies.
because I pay for my friendships.
Right.
So the only friends that I have are people who work here, and I pay them.
And hookers.
That'd be no. That'd be no. That's a hard no.
That's a hard no. Versus a hard yes.
But I kind of went through my list of who are my friends and trying to figure out, well, who wouldn't be my friend. I can see how a lot of people, like that would be true for a lot of people, especially the mutual part. But I was thinking, yeah, okay, I've got a bunch of friends. And then I read that statement about social status and having similar social status. And I realized I got no friends. I got nothing.
I got
Oh,
nothing.
but you got social status, man.
So
No, the important part for me was the mutual. It was hard for me to understand is that they said, well, a person where the friendship is one-sided is less important, and that seems very obvious to me. That okay, if you have you think you have a friend and you're using that relationship to say exercise accountability or lose weight or whatever, that's not helpful. That just seems, well, yeah, the sky is blue. We get that. And of course, a mutual reciprocity in a friendship would be more valuable. So I don't know.
So is this just looking at how many of your online friends, like your Facebook friends, are actually people that would consider you a friend in real life? Is it really just that? Is that the question?
They didn't specify that.
But I mean,
Didn't specify that.
is it online friends,
We don't know.
or is it just like people that you think in your real life?
I mean, the example they gave was the guy you hang out with at the bar. So the guy who hangs out with you at the bar every Friday night, he's probably your friend. The girl who's very popular invites you to a party occasionally, probably not your friend. So they're doing it sort of in the real world.
Okay. Because I would think with online friends, it's way less than half.
Yeah. Way
Way
lower.
less.
Like Jimmy Kimmel has this National Unfriend Day, NUD, and he encourages everybody to like unfriend most of the people. And I was thinking about that. Like I probably could dump well over half and be fine with that. Right.
You're
like,
a good dumper, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, and I run into that because, I've got a ton of people on Facebook and Twitter and all this kind of crap I do. And people will come up to me that I kind of recognize who they are, and I think I know how we know each other, and they just act like they know everything about me. And I'm like, I'm not your friend. I don't know who you are. I mean, I've met you, but that's it.
because you're so famous.
No, that's
And they
not
need
what I'm
money,
saying.
apparently.
They need
right?
money.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I was thinking about this as we were talking, that in Nashville, I've found this to be more true. Like, I really love Nashville, and Nashville's very cool, but it also is kind of very classically Southern. And so you have people that are very warm to you and like, oh, we should get together. And and then you realize they don't give a crap about you. Like they don't even remember who you are. You talk to them and they're like, oh yeah, we should that would be awesome. And you think, oh, that person really likes me. And then you realize, no, they're just a good Southerner.
You're being nice.
You're being nice. So I wonder how much of that is also true, and if there's Southern and other cultural differences with that, because I think there are a lot of, I mean, it was like that a little bit in Charlotte, but I think in some cultures, there's this impression that you have, that someone's your buddy or your friend, and you're like, well, I mean, if you called them and made them do something, they'd do it, but they're, they wouldn't think of yourself as a friend. Any other thoughts about it, Jonathan?
Well, growing up in the Pacific Northwest, there wasn't any ambiguity of who wasn't your friends, because you just stripped away this Southern pleasantry. Like, people would very easily say, no, I don't want to hang out with you.
Right.
I got other plans. And they wouldn't be nice and say, what, but let's pick another weekend. Let's do that. I think the other thing that it kind of has the emphasis on reciprocity, I think, is flawed, because in a lot of ways with people's relational status or stage of life with parenting and other stuff like that, I just know I'm not as available sometimes for, nurturing friendships and relationships with people at different stages of life, whether it be their kids are grown up, they don't have kids, they're newlywed. But for me, it's like if any of them ever had something come up and they needed me, like I would drop what I was doing and be there for them. And there are certain people that I trust would be that for me, even if we don't have such a regular, ongoing social interaction. So I think this is helpful, insightful, but I definitely believe it's very limited. Thanks for watching this Being Human segment from the Shrink Tank podcast. To watch the full episode, click here, or to check out previous episodes, click here.